My name is Scott Copperthwaite, and welcome to Summit County's only real estate show, Summit Mountain Homes and Lifestyle. If you've spent any time in Summit County, you know just what a magical place this is. Our real estate pros offer a variety of different experience, skills, and perspective. You're going to learn a lot from them. Our show sponsor, Stone CPA, can help you with taxes, tax planning. Summit Mountain Rentals can help maximize your property's income value, and Trilogy Design Works can help with design and build. A great show, Summit Mountain Homes and Lifestyle. Here in Summit County, another beautiful day. Jennifer, thanks so much for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you on our real estate show. The real estate show is going great. You're a big part of real estate here in Summit County. Tell us about where you're from and where you live now and your experience.
Yeah. So I'm originally from New York City. Okay. I moved here in 2005, so I've been here for 13 years.
For a while.
My children were born and raised here, so I think I'm almost a local.
Yeah,
that counts. I enjoy selling real estate in the county.
Yeah, that's great. Service type, you work with what? Buyers, sellers, rental properties, really all the above?
All of the above. Buyers, sellers, whether you're a first-time home buyer, whether you're an investor, I cover it all.
We were talking a little bit before we came on camera, and it's important for buyers, I think, in particular, to know that you've got to do some research a little bit early here, not day of. You can't want to buy a house tomorrow and do that. You really recommend they get in touch with you sooner than later.
Yeah, so with the speed of our market right now, properties are going under contract within a day, sometimes 2 days. So a buyer really needs to be educated before they make a purchase. So starting early and getting to know what the market is like will help you when you're ready to actually buy.
And that helps people understand price points and different types of properties, is that right?
And the areas and what they are. Everything's a little bit different, so getting to know the areas and the price points.
Well, and having kids, you know about the schools and the different schools and where they are, and that can factor into some people's decision. You have a client you were telling me about who's going to move up to Summit County full-time with a family, so that's a big decision.
Yes, exactly.
Tell me a little bit about your skill set. You know, coming from Manhattan, you have a unique skill set, and maybe you're a little tougher negotiator than some people. Wink, wink.
Oh, wink, wink. Yeah. So I think that one of my strengths is being able to communicate with people directly, and finding out what my clients need and want, and being able to get that for them in the transaction.
Yeah, that's very important. Being specific, not being afraid to ask for what you need and what you want. You were also telling us about FaceTime and how you're using technology, your cutting edge technology, using technology to connect buyers who may not be in Summit County, they might be in California or around the world.
It's very important. So people can't be here the day that properties come on the market. We have to use video, we have to use FaceTime so they can see the property while they're not here.
In video, explain how that works.
So it may mean just I go into a property, use my phone, take video of a property, or we actually speak via FaceTime and I show them the property via video.
Okay, just like being here.
Yeah, just like being here.
Great website, great features on there. We encourage people to look up the website, phone number, and you really just want people to call you well in advance for any questions, anytime, right?
Yes, please do.
Okay, Jennifer, pleasure having you on board. Okay, thanks for helping out here in Summit County with all this real estate we've got going on. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, Paula, another terrible, terrible day here in Summit County. Just brutal, brutal. Hard to imagine why anybody would want to live here or talk about real estate or raise a family here. Yeah, tough to imagine. Hey, thanks so much for joining us. Longtime realtor here in Summit County. You've been around for a while, lots of experience. Tell me about what you do and your approach and your style.
I think the biggest thing, I have fun. I love what I do, and I think that shows in my 40 plus years Breckenridge real estate, and we won't go beyond that, but it's just what I enjoy. Yeah,
it really is what you genuinely love. You got a little ding on your nose. We were joking about it. You really do live the lifestyle here in Summit County, and when you do that, sometimes you get a little scratch, and that's proof that you're out having fun.
You betcha.
Yep.
I'll wear the warrior nose
proudly. We were talking about families, and you have such a great legacy of working with families, and not just one family, but the offspring of those families and different offshoots, and that's such a great legacy and such a neat approach to real estate.
Well, I've been truly blessed to have as many friends that I've made through the years, and that they then trust me to continue in the process, with their their children wanting to then own here, come and enjoy, and so
That's a great
it's
point.
a wonderful,
Well, you know, the
wonderful-
old adage in real estate, there's nothing more important than buying your home, which is true, other than your family. So if they're going to
Yes.
refer their own family members to you, that's a great testimony about the great work you're doing. All different property types here in Summit County, from low end to high end. You really specialize in all the spectrum.
I try to cover it all,
Yeah.
do it well.
Yeah, well, different families have different needs too. You know, a small condo in Frisco might make sense for some, and a big house up in the hills of Breckenridge might make sense for others, right?
And we see, honestly, you know, folks who will start,
Yeah.
you know, with the small condo and realize that they are having way too much fun.
Too much
and
fun.
Gather all the family and they sell that or keep it for
Right.
a rental and buy a larger home.
That's true. I know a lot of people who've done just that. They start small and then they just love it. They just love it, or they move here full time. There goes a guy on a unicycle. That's pretty
There
neat.
we go.
We've got to try that. Great
Maybe not.
resources up here. Maybe not. Great resources here too that you have with your experience. All kinds of resources you have. So when your clients work with you, they can, if I'm right, really trust that you can turn them on to the right people if they need.
It's really helpful because I know where to go to get them the right help, and it's important to me too. That's part of the whole relationship.
Yeah, no, that's great. And you have an office right on Main Street in Breckenridge, so
I'm
people can
spoiled
find you
rotten,
there.
yes.
Spoiled. You actually have a physical desk and a physical office. I love that. And you're out and about, of course, a lot in Summit County. Great website. In fact, newly updated website, so people
Yep.
can check that out on the screen.
resorts.
Highly encourage you to go check it out. Paula, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we appreciate you being part of the show here.
Appreciate the opportunity.
All right, cutting edge technology right here in the heart of Summit County. We're in Frisco with Mike from Trilogy Design Works. Mike, thank you for having us in today.
Thanks for coming.
Tell us how this virtual design stuff works. People have heard the word. I think they know what it means. Explain it to us.
Well, we basically taking design from 2D to 3D and we're immersing people in it. If you look behind us, you can see a house we're designing on a setting that's actually Buffalo Mountain in Frisco. And we basically are designing in an immersive environment that looks real. That's what virtual design is, a real design environment.
Yeah, with 20 years of experience, you guys have elevated things from the old paper designs that none of us know how to read unless
Yeah,
you're a
me
trained
either.
architect. You don't know how to read it. I certainly have no clue. And really made this, as you said, immersive and experiential and fun for your clients.
Yeah, absolutely. We can offer them an opportunity to go in the house before it's built, change anything they want. You know, they can make the bedroom exactly the size they want it. The closet is perfectly divided between the he and the she
the big
section.
argument. You were telling me a story about the bedroom where the lady saw the bedroom. It looked great, but there were too many windows, and she felt like she was in a
fishbowl.
Yeah,
she
fishbowl.
thought she was in a fishbowl because she was actually in the room.
Yeah.
We haven't built the house yet, but
Right.
we've reduced the window sizes, and now she's very comfortable.
Well, and it's really all aspects of design, head to toe. It's not just the floor plan and the kitchen's going to be here and the living room's here. It's the finishes and the flooring and the kitchen. And
Exactly.
you look at the details, incredible.
What we do is we tailor the house exactly to the client. We put them in the house and then they get to choose the materials they want,
Yeah.
exactly the colors, exactly the flooring and the countertops. It's perfectly tailored to them like a perfectly tailored suit. And then when we get it perfectly right, we build it. And we build it for less money because we're not making mistakes during construction because we've already built it once.
Key point I want to emphasize, so many people are going to think this is going to cost them more at the end of the day. In fact, there's maybe a little more money up front, but the savings at the end of the day can just be huge.
And I would say a little bit more money up front, big savings on the back end, once
Yeah.
again, because we don't make mistakes and the quality is there and the client loves it because they've already seen it for the first time.
We've all driven by those houses where it's under construction for weeks and months and then a year and 2 years, and it's because really they're making mistakes that they could have avoided using this technology.
Yeah, we make the mistakes in the computer. We
Yeah.
don't make them on the job site.
That's the place to make it. All different types of homes, not just the 12-bedroom home that you see high atop a hill
It
in
doesn't
Breckenridge.
matter. Big house, small house, it doesn't matter. This can benefit anybody who's looking to build or remodel.
Okay, that's great. And questions, just get people in here. They can tell you what they're thinking. You guys guide them through the whole process. And again, just they have a blast with it.
Yeah, you got to see it to believe it. And we have the VR behind us. You can actually go in that house in virtual
cool.
reality.
So cool. Yeah, just it's like playing a video game, but even better and more fun. You're going to love the outcome. Mike at Trilogy Design Works, great work here in the heart of Summit County. Got a jam session going on here in Breckenridge, beautiful Summit County, spectacular day, joined by Tom Day. Tom, thanks for inviting us into your home here in Breckenridge. Thanks for the good tunes. Appreciate
You bet,
it.
absolutely.
Yeah, you really have a genuine love of Breckenridge. This literally is your house. We talk about these homes in Breckenridge and Summit County. We're at your house. Beautiful. Tell me about your love of Breckenridge.
I moved here in 1987 from Montana, of all places,
Okay.
and moved here as a ski instructor. I was going to be an engineer, and I came here as an instructor instead, but I have just completely fallen in love with Breckenridge. I love the beauty that we have around here, the views, the people, the convenience to Denver to do the things that are there, so it's really an amazing place to live.
You do a lot in Breckenridge. Aside from music, you were a ski instructor back in the day.
Yeah, I moved here as a ski instructor, and I taught skiing at Bridger Bowl in Montana, and then moved here and got into real estate about 3 years after that, and I've been doing that ever since then. But I was a competitive cyclist when I was in college, and
you're still a big cyclist now.
You love to ride bikes, and love to ski, and love to hit golf balls, and all kinds of
the
fun
above.
stuff.
You
Yeah.
even saw some RC cars in your house here when we walked in. That's
Yeah.
pretty neat. You can do it all here. in
my son's a big RC enthusiast, so
Yeah.
my 12-year-old Joshua. So I've got two boys, Spencer and Joshua, and they're great.
That's great.
Yeah.
Speaking of Breckenridge, this house is a little bit off the grid in terms of the quintessential Breckenridge neighborhood, French Street. Tell me a little bit about these surrounding neighborhoods that a lot of people don't know much about.
Yeah, this where I live is in Vista Point, which I've got French Creek right in front of my house here.
Yeah, beautiful.
I have this incredible view of the ski area, plus I'm walking distance to Main Street, but I don't even know it's there. I have no traffic here or anything, so I have an occasional person walk by on the bike path, and that's about it. So it's an incredible place to live, and there's a lot of different subdivisions like this that have their own little characteristics around the county, and I've been selling real estate here for 29 years, so I know where those are.
You know where those are. Speaking of
Yes.
selling real estate, you were telling me that you just got a lead off your website, great website, and you literally just got a hot lead off that. How'd that come about?
Oh gosh, I just had a guy call me yesterday who's looking for a home, $1 million and $2 million, and was on the internet looking for realtors, and because of my web placement, I came up and I'm showing him property on Saturday morning. So we'll see.
That's
what
really
happens.
neat. And your philosophy about real estate, I really I appreciate, and it's neat.
Yeah, I've always my motto is that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Yeah.
And that's what I try and do with all my transaction is make sure that people know how much I care, that they find the right property, that the process is easy, that they don't have any hang-ups or problems with inspections and that sort of stuff. So
that's
I
great.
pride myself in doing that. So,
Okay. Well, TomDayRealEstate.com, and Tom, thanks for inviting us into your home today.
Thank you.
We are at Stone CPA in the heart of Frisco with Larry Stone. Larry, thank you so much for having us in.
Well, thank you, Scott, for coming by.
Yeah, you're a real pro in the area here. We're talking about real estate on our new real estate show, and you have a lot of experience. Speaking of that, tell us a little bit about that experience.
Well, I'm an instructor at the American Institute of Certified Tax Planners, and I specialize in teaching real estate tax strategies to tax professionals. And I'm also a co-author of 2 best-selling books. One of them, Tax Breaks of the Rich and Famous.
Right behind us there.
And 4 small books on tax strategies. So I have some really in-depth experience in helping people plan real estate strategies and reduce their taxes.
That's manifest here too, in that this is not just a tax filing operation. Here, really, there are a lot of services, and the whole tax planning component, Larry, is so important. You really specialize in that.
Yes, what we really want to do is take a look at people's situations, identify mistakes and missed opportunities, and then look to see how we can really reduce their taxes and save money, because that is how we actually put more money into their pocket. We want to stop them from wasting money paying taxes that they don't owe.
Yeah, and I think that tax planning component, Larry, is so important, and people have to get in here early to do that. You don't start planning a month in advance. You start planning oftentimes a year in advance, maybe more if you have investment properties or other things, and you can help with that.
Oh, that's true, because when we start, the first thing we do is work with the initial tax plan, and then we work with them on a continual basis to help them build their business, grow their wealth, and realize their dreams.
Speaking of real estate, on our brand new real estate show here, you work a lot with realtors and people who own homes here in Summit County. A lot of people have second homes, and real estate is a big component of Summit County. You can really help your clients and new clients understand how to navigate that sometimes tricky environment.
Well, yes, about 70% of our clients live throughout the state of Colorado, and they are real estate professionals. And so as a result, working in the real estate issue is not a one-off for us. In fact, we do it all the time. And so when an issue comes up, we don't necessarily have to go up and look at the specific tax code. We actually have done it many times, and it's commonplace practice for us to make that work.
Yeah, that sounds great. And again, in real estate, it's not just buying a house and finding the house that has the right deck and the right bathrooms and the right kitchen. It's how you plan your finances. And that's why I encourage you to call you guys here with any questions you have about it, and you can really help out.
Yeah, we'll be glad to take your call at 970-668-0772.
Okay, that's great. Full service operation here. Planning is a big part of it. All kinds of services. Any questions, call Larry and his team. Great team here, right in the heart of Frisco. Doesn't get any better location-wise. Thanks so much for having us in. And go real estate here in Summit County. Come check out Larry's Stone. It's our brand new real estate show here on TV8 Summit, bringing you the best of Summit County, including Debbie. Debbie, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes,
pleasure
great
to
to
chat
be
with
here.
you about real estate and all your experience, starting with your background in Nebraska. Tell me a little bit about that.
I'm a small town girl from a town of 300 in southwest Nebraska.
Wow, 300.
Graduated with 16 in my class.
Yeah, that's a small class size.
Very small.
So great core background there growing up in Nebraska. You've been in Summit County for a long time now,
Yes.
and your son Tyler is part of the business now. Tell us how that
Right.
works.
So we moved here in '99. I've been in real estate for 13 years. Tyler went away to college at CSU, and he came back and said, "Mom, I'm a mountain boy." And I said, "Great, move back. I
Move
need
back.
help."
Help me out, right? Business
So
is
he
good.
Came, and actually, you're probably going to see him in some future episodes.
Yeah, some future episodes. That sounds great. We were
Yeah.
talking about lining that up. Can't
Yeah.
wait to get Tyler on here. Service is a big part of what you do. And by service, I mean all through the transaction, but especially service after the sale.
Yeah, and I know that sounds cliche, but
Yeah.
we really mean it. From helping you with service providers, keeping keys so we can help access your house for the service providers.
Right.
It's just very, very important to us.
Resources if somebody needs
Yes.
a painter or a plumber, all the crazy
Exactly.
things that pop up and you don't know who to call because you don't live here
Exactly.
full time necessarily.
We're right there for you.
Speaking of not living here full time, you have some clients who don't live here full time and they have things happen, and you are on their alarm list?
Yeah, I have several clients that have asked me to be the first call on their alarm list,
Wow.
and I'm more than happy. And we had a situation a few years ago where they left at Labor Day and they forgot to turn on their furnace. And when
Right.
the first freeze hit in November, it just, the alarm went off. I got the call, the freeze alarm, and I had to go over and basically just turn on the heat.
Well,
But
thank goodness.
we were there.
You saved the day,
There
probably
for
saved
it.
them a ton of money.
Yes.
What's so cool about that is obviously you're their friend and they
Yes.
trust you to be on that list.
Yes.
What a great service it is. Talking about resources more, lots of things you need in and around Summit County. You really can help people with that.
We do. We love to hike. My son is a sailor. My other son is a sailor.
Yeah.
My entire family likes to hunt and fish.
You love it.
We just
You
love
love it.
life here.
Hey, tell us about what's behind us here, the Performing Arts Complex.
This is my greatest passion.
Yeah.
Lake Dillon Theater Company. I'm a huge believer in the arts, and they opened up here in Silverthorne, which is an awesome
And you're on the board.
I am on
That's
the
a
board.
big deal. Thank you.
On the board, and we're also sponsoring the children's program this summer.
That's great. Yeah, it's really revitalized Silverthorne
is.
and Summit County for that
It
matter.
is.
A lot
It's
going on
wonderful,
with it.
wonderful program.
So, how would you sum up things in general? Great service, community activism.
Great service. We care.
You care,
I think is
yeah.
the biggest thing. We care, and we're here to take care of you.
Yeah, and you're a good friend to your clients. That means a lot.
Yes.
Okay, thanks so much. Check
All
out the
right.
website. Highly encourage you to do that. Much more to come on Summit County's newest and best real estate show. Well, we're cruising up the gondola here in Breckenridge en route to Peak 8. Scott, thanks for inviting us along with you today. This is a real treat.
Absolutely. I'm glad that we could put it together.
Yeah, thanks. You kind of twisted our arm on this getting into the gondola, right? I'm
I
glad you
did. I had to bribe him a little bit, but here we are.
Hey, your background, really neat story. Tell me a little bit about your background. It's really different.
Yeah, so we just moved back here a couple years ago. My wife, our two beautiful daughters, and our fluffy companion. I lived here in 2011,
Yeah.
and I helped start an oil field service company up in North Dakota, Montana. Worked up there for about 5 years.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
unique.
It is.
Don't hear that often.
No, and but I actually got initiated to the real estate game in 2008 in Denver, and then lived here in 2011. Thought I'd put them back together, and here we are.
Here you are. Yeah. You really live it, and there's so many amazing things to do here in Summit County. The lifestyle's incredible. That's what this whole real estate show is really about. And you've got a Facebook page that reflects that.
It is. It's Scott Snook's Summit Style Living, and not only do I have the market on there, market stats, listings, new construction, but I also got events and different things that you can do throughout the county. But that's the big thing here for me, is that Summit Style Living. I mean, sometimes I feel like we're almost in a bubble up here.
Yeah,
it's a different world.
I don't want to leave it.
Exactly.
You're also not afraid to venture out and opine, give people your opinion on things. That's neat.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll let people know what I think about the market and where we're going with it and what's happening. The number one question I get right now.
I was going to ask you that. What is that? I think a lot of people wonder what is that.
It's are we at the height of the market?
Yeah.
And although things are selling at record highs right now for low days on market, I don't think we are. And the reason why is that 70% of the homes up here are second and third homes. About 70% of those homes are owned by Colorado residents, and the majority of them in the Front Range. Denver alone is looking at 100,000 people per year for the next 10 years.
Huge growth.
Yeah, a million people just in Denver.
Well, it is interesting, even if you kind of doubt the premise of it, just the numbers alone.
It's a supply and demand.
Yeah.
And up here, we're almost built out, being surrounded by national forest. We're a short distance away from Denver, down I-70, so everybody wants to come up and get a piece of it.
This is it. Okay, speaking of more insights, your Facebook page, there are also more videos here, so if you're enjoying this particular gondola video, you can find more of those on that Facebook page.
You can, yeah. I actually do a podcast in the gondola. That's why I twisted their arm and made them come up here and do that.
Okay, sounds great. So hit us with the Facebook page one more time.
Scott Snook's Summit Style Living. I got everything on there from the real estate to events. Come check it out.
Okay, thanks for having us fly up here over all this great scenery, just beautiful. And you can see Peak 8 off there on the horizon.
There it is.
All right, thank you, Scott.
Take care.
Summit County's only real estate show here on TV8 Summit. So proud to have Summit Mountain Rentals and the very best in the business. Mary and Mark, thanks so much for joining us here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Very exciting.
Question for you, Mary, right out of the gun. Why do business with Summit Mountain Rentals?
We are Summit County's vacation rental experts with the most experienced, skilled, and knowledgeable team in the market. We've also been voted the best property management company 7 times, and most importantly, we put owners first.
Wow, 7 times voted number 1. That's a huge good job.
Very proud of that.
The whole team, great
Exactly.
job. Putting owners first, Mark, sounds great. How do you guys actually do that?
Yeah, so the first and most important thing is we put money first. We generate the most amount of revenue for owners.
You're going to like that.
Yes, that's
like
kind of top of the list. Then, I think every owner that owns a property is really concerned about the maintenance and the upkeep of the property.
For sure.
And I'm very proud to say that we have the best maintenance and cleaning crews in the county and I think in the country. And so that the owner knows that when they come, their place is going to be in top condition. I think kind of sums it up in saying that we take care of all the details. We worry about all the details so that the owner doesn't have to.
Hey, I get it. I mean, it really is all in the details, and every owner has their own set of particular details that they worry
Absolutely.
about, literally.
Right.
And you're telling them, hey, we get it. Don't worry about it.
Absolutely.
We get you. We're going to get on it and take care of it like no one else in the county can. Mary, tell me how it works if somebody has a property here in Summit County that maybe they need to move out of, or they're not here full time and they want to get some money out of it. How do they go about renting it with you guys?
Very good. We talk to all property owners, whether they choose us or not. We're very happy to do that for them as a service. We put together an accurate and professional rental assessment of the property's income potential so the owner can make an informed decision. We also provide advice on what to expect when they begin to rent the property.
That's great. Yeah, you guys specialize in that. No one else better to do
Absolutely.
that. Now, realtors, can you help them, Mark?
Absolutely. Just like the owners, the realtors have the same need. They need to know how much the unit generates. They need to be able to provide accurate and reliable information to their clients.
Right.
And so we're a resource for those realtors as well.
So with these busy realtors here in Summit County, take you up on the offer to get your expert help in that department.
That's absolutely correct. And as a member of the Summit Association of Realtors,
Yeah, great.
it allows us to, if necessary, recommend certain realtors and certain issues. And we work with the best of them in the county.
Perfect. Yeah, great team over there, great technology, great tools, so friendly. Just love the team, Mary.
Absolutely. So as a bottom line, if you're thinking about renting your home out in a vacation rental or thinking about investing in a vacation rental property,
Or as we talked about, if you're a real estate agent and you got a client and that you need to provide accurate forecasts or information,
Yep.
please reach out to us.
yes, we are Summit County's vacation rental experts. Please give us a call today.
The best in the business, Summit Mountain Rentals, here on Summit County's only real estate show, TV8 Summit. It's Summit County's only real estate show, joined by Doyle Richmond. Doyle, thank you so much. Yeah, lives Sotheby's International Realty. You've got over 25 years of experience here in Summit County, raised your family here in Summit County. And the office here won this huge award. Tell us about that real quick.
Well, the Live Sotheby's organization won the top affiliate in the world for Sotheby's. They did over $100 billion in business, and the Live organization won the top affiliate award. And Deborah and I were honored to be the top brokers in Summit County. So it's a pretty spectacular.
Nope, very impressive. Hey, we're doing something a little different. We're going to dive right into a couple of your listings. Really, really neat properties, two different types. Let's roll in the property number one.
Property number one is located at River Run Village area of Keystone Resort. It's 87 Erickson Loop and 89 Erickson Loop. They're side-by-side duplexes. They are 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths with an extra family room down below, so you can spread out the family and have different people entertaining.
Keep the peace.
Keep the peace, exactly. Just enjoying different parts of the of your day or night.
Nice tall ceilings.
You got great vaulted ceilings, brand new construction, looking at the ski slopes, no road noise, and the ability to walk on over to all the restaurants, shops, and ski slopes within 2 to 5 minutes, depending what part of River Run you're walking to.
The gondola is right there.
The gondola is right there, and you got a 2-car garage, so you have the opportunity to buy one of these at 1.2. Or the other one is at 1.3, or buy combined at 2.5. So have a 6-bedroom, 4-car garage. 4,000 plus square feet. That is just very unique for Summit County, and $75,000 rental projections on each side.
Second property is over in Copper Mountain. It is a beauty, to say the least. Tell us about it.
Well, 957 Beeler Place in Copper Mountain, and it's in the Lewis Ranch area. It's a gated community of estate homes, and this is a 5,000 square foot home that's custom done. It's 7 bedrooms, 6.5 baths. You've got 3 levels, so this spectacular staircase that's just like aesthetically beautiful to look at, and functional. It's reclaimed barnwood and post and beam from 200 plus years Amish country of Pennsylvania. I mean, the beauty about it, it's low maintenance and it just looks spectacular. This home is designed to sleep 26 to 30 people. It pulls in about $200,000 to $225,000 a year in rental income. You're 100 yards across from the lumberjack ski lift, so you can just walk 100 steps you're across. You don't have the noise factor of the lift and stuff.
And the orientation of the house is
and the back of the house backs up the woods, and you have privacy with your hot tub, and you got 2 levels that you can, 3 levels you can entertain on. It's just a unique home, something you should definitely take a look at. Just priced just under $4 million.
Beautiful, beautiful properties, both of those, and fantastic website, DoyleRichmond.com. You can check out those 2 properties and a host of many others here in Summit County, DoyleRichmond.com. Doyle, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Look forward to helping you.
Our job here at TV8 is to bring you the very best of Summit County. So we hope you've learned a lot from our real estate show, and all of our pros here, our real estate agents and our show sponsors, encourage you to call them. Any questions you have, if you want to learn more about what they do and learn more about your opportunities in Summit County, please give them a call. Thanks for watching TV8 Summit and Summit County's only real estate show, Summit Mountain Homes and Lifestyle.